Why do we have the BTO system?
For easy, you can choose a deferred payment scheme.
Why do we have the BTO system instead of just buying HDB flats when they're complete? In 1997, before the BTO system was implemented, there was this Asian financial crisis that came in, and demand for HDB flats fell sharply. And what happened was that the government was left with about more than 30,000 unsold HDB units. These are completed units, these are unsold. So this became a very big problem for the government. So after that, they switched to this so-called the new BTO system, which is the current system. So there'll be no issues of unsold HDB flats in a way. So this is actually save a lot of government time and resources.
So instead of building it first and then selling it, now they've changed it to let's wait for the demand to be at least 70%.
Yes.
Then we start to build it. There's a lot more prudence from HDB in that case actually.
Right. We'll be coming up with 3 test questions to help you decide.
Test question number 1. Can you wait?
Can you wait? That's a very big question.
Yep.
Can you wait? Now, why we ask this question is because, as we've touched on in one of our earlier topics actually, the typical waiting time for a BTO, right, is between the 2.5 years to 4 years.
Right. Might be longer now with COVID.
Might be longer actually, yeah.
Causing a shortage in labor itself, yeah.
Yes, correct. So, for those couples who have urgent or immediate need to have their own space, or they need to move out of their parents' houses for whatsoever reason, then this may not be so suitable for you.
Right.
If you have an immediate need to move out.
Yes. If you have immediate need to move out, then the fastest solution will be resale.
Yes.
Resale can be, if you found your ideal unit, you can be completed within 3 months. Even if you are ready to go for a BTO flat, bear in mind that you need to go through this balloting system.
Yes.
So that means that you might or might not get the unit that you want, especially in very hot and matured area itself.
Yeah. Also, not forgetting that even if you choose to go for the balloting, you may ultimately not get the desired unit you want, as compared to a resale where you can pick exactly what you want. And if you don't like what you see, then you can just choose not to buy it.
Right. So if you have decided on BTO, then I can share with you that there are 4 HDB launches in a year for BTO itself. Usually in the month of February, May, August, and November. And dates will be released by HDB. So keep a lookout for the HDB portal. One way to shorten your wait for BTO flats, you can consider to apply through the sales of balance flat exercise. So these are the so-called exercise where they put up all the unsold flats together.
Yes.
In a way, this might be the so-called less popular flats. But bear in mind that some of these unsold flats, right, might be units taken up earlier.
Yes.
But due to some reasons, the buyers give up.
Yes.
So these are thrown back to the pool. So you might, if you're lucky, you might be able to get some good units from there as well.
And not to forget, the sale of balance flats actually include those completed flats sometimes. So meaning to say, it's really the best of both worlds, right? That is, it's something new, it's something that you can move in very quickly,
right?
And it's already completed. You don't need to have a long waiting time of 2.5 years or 4 years actually. And because you're also buying directly from HDB, chances are that it will be a little bit more cheaper,
right,
as compared
subsidized.
to the resale, subsidized as compared to the resale market.
Okay, let's move on to question number 2. Location factor. Are you flexible with your home location?
What we mean by flexible, we mean like, are you okay with really anywhere actually, as long as it ticks off some of the checkboxes in your list?
Yeah, because among these 3 choices, right, BTO and EC, executive condos, right, they are likely to be in more remote areas. Because these are likely to be developing towns or non-mature towns, or even non-towns that are not in existence, like Tengah itself. So likely this EC and BTO are not so ideal locations. So, but if you're flexible, then this might be good choices.
Yes, correct. But if you are inflexible, in the case that you need to be near this particular chicken rice shop, or you need to be near your parents, or near this particular school, then chances are that maybe resale HDB will be more suitable for you. Because the beautiful part about resale HDB is that you get to choose literally anywhere you want to stay at any level if it's available on the resale market. And also you can get to choose the blocks as well, because even in a particular cluster, block A may not be as good as block A, and vice versa.
I can see that the trend now is moving, more and more buyers are going for the resale. They want to stay near their parents. So because government has also encouraged children to stay near their parents, so they give this proximity grant up to 30K. So this is, as I said, this is a very priceless factor. I want to do my duty to take care of my old age parents who are sick on less mobile, or simply I just want to be close to them so I can see them every day. This is a family kinship that's cannot be quantified by money.
Yes.
Choosing resale so that you can be near to your parents is more a personal and individual decision and nothing to do with economic point of view.
Yes.
But if you were to be asking about, hey, which one will make more money, which one will bring in more returns, then this will lead us to question number 3.
Yes, naturally to question number 3. And then question number 3, to put it simply, is known as the cost
factor.
The cost factor.
Yep.
So what do we mean by cost factor is that we all know typically for the total quantum of the flats between the BTO and the resale, a resale tend to be normally on the higher side because that particular house have already changed hands a few times, so profits have been made 2 or 3 times already. But for a BTO, it's a different thing altogether. It comes directly from HDB,
Right.
Meaning to say, for that particular block or that particular estate, it is the cheapest possible price for that particular unit. So for young couples who are a little bit cash tight or they have a restriction on their budget, then if we're just talking about cost, cost alone, then BTO will be the better choice.
BTO generally will be cheapest in a sense.
Yes.
And the wonderful thing is that you buy BTO, if you're taking a HDB loan, you don't need to come up with any cash.
Yes.
Because you just need 5% deposit can be payable from your CPF. And you can take a max loan up to 90%. This will be great for those young couples who just started out. So basically, are cash tight.
At the very beginning of the video, we have already talked about the 3 choices, which is BTO, resale, or executive condo in this case. So between these 3 choices, I would say Dennis, executive condo will be what we call the first tier, which is most expensive.
Yes, most expensive.
Followed by the resale HDB, followed lastly by BTO in this case.
Bear in mind that the mortgage will be higher for EC.
Yes.
Although EC once privatized after 5 years, or 5 years can sell to PR, 10 years fully privatized, the returns will be quite substantial and likely the biggest. But you also have to fork out more mortgage monthly.
Talking about appreciation, right? Maybe we can just touch on a little bit about that for these 3 different products, BTO, resale, and EC.
Right.
So for example, right, when we talk about capital appreciation in one of our earlier videos, BTO has been found to actually have one of the highest appreciation in terms of, we're just talking about public housing,
Right.
Okay, so but the price point to enter the BTO is also the lowest.
Yes.
Meaning to say, if you are looking for the most maximum amount of returns for the kind of housing, the first housing that you're looking at, can I say Danny's BTO will be the better choice? Looking to go in the lowest and exiting at the highest point?
Of course.
But if you are looking for even higher appreciation, naturally we will have to look at executive condos in this case.
Right.
Yes. But bear in mind that the price point or the entry level for the EC between these 3 different categories will be the highest in this case.
Right. The wonderful thing is that for the EC, you are open to selling to PRs, permanent residents, after 5 years, and after 10 years is fully privatized. HDB is supposed to be bread and butter for majority of Singaporeans because it's for own stay, more for own stay and not for speculation. Once you cross over from the public sector to the private sector, in a way, the limit on the upside will be lifted because it's not on public goods anymore. So that's why I feel that the upside for EC will be higher.
Yes. In fact, actually, if you are an existing EC owner or first-hand EC owner, or you know of a first-hand EC owner, I'm very sure with you that upon the 5-year mark, right, they will have seen a certain amount of appreciation, and the appreciation will grow even more when the entire project is eligible to be sold to foreigners in this case. So when it comes to capital appreciation, we just to sum it up, Dennis, EC will enjoy the highest capital appreciation, but at the highest entry level, whereas BTO in this case will have the lowest entry level, but also the highest appreciation compared to a resale HDB.
Maybe to put things into another perspective, okay, if you are a young couple that's just starting out, asking you to jump from buying a BTO to EC might seem to be a tall order. If you're a couple in the mid-30s and who are financially more stable, stronger, the wonderful thing for them is that for EC, you can choose a deferred payment scheme and pay only 20% as down payment.
Wow.
The rest can be paid when it's TOP. versus a new private condo where you pay by progressive payment all the way. That means you pay as they build. So in a way, if you're financially strong, EC will be actually a very good investment. But if you're only just starting out and has limited cash flow and CPF, then go with BTO. So but resale is in the middle between both.
Yes. Yeah.
But bear in mind that for resale HDB, you have to factor in this renovation cost.
Yes.
Yeah, because in terms of renovation cost, resale will likely be the highest. Yeah. Because BTO is brand new, maybe minimum or less renovation.
Yeah.
EC comes with renovation as well. Resale because you are buying over from another owner who might have different tastes, or the design and reno might be old school.
Yes.
So you have to hack before you put in the new tiles. You got to hack the old tiles.
Yes.
So this is likely to incur more renovation costs.
Yes.
And this is one point to consider.
So yes, that's a very important point to consider actually, because renovation costs can get a little bit out of hand, especially if there are alterations that you need to do just to make it livable in the first place.
Right.
Yeah, which may not be so obvious on the first time.
Right. Of course.
Yeah.
So before we end off this video, I'll show you this table, which is an example of the February 2021 BTO exercise. So for those people who are considering BTO flats, this is an example of what are the prices for these BTO flats are. And also there's a column showing the nearby resale price. For certain estate, after grant, the resale flat might actually cost cheaper than the BTO flat itself. Yeah. So do the homework and check it out.
Yes.
And decide which is the best for you and your family.
Yes, and make sure you're looking at the right column, nearby transacted prices, and the selling price for the BTO project is two different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you go to the HDB portal, there are a lot of wonderful information
Yes,
there.
yes.
So don't be lazy, do your homework and make the best choice, and we wish you all the best.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So see you in our next video.
See you.